Hi, my name's Gav from the channel Hiking for Health, and today I'm here to give you some hints and tips about how to stay cool when you're out on the hike or trail in hot sunny weather. We're currently having some hot weather here in the UK, and it is quite challenging when you're out there hiking. So just because it's hot, it doesn't mean that we can't enjoy the outdoors. We just need to be sensible and make sure we're following a clear set of guidelines to keep ourselves safe. So tip number 1, choose the time of day that you're hiking in carefully. If you're going for a hike which is going to last a few hours, consider going early in the morning when the heat is at its lowest, and then you'll be finished to enjoy the rest of the day. Or alternatively, go later in the afternoon and then enjoy the coolness of the evening on your hike. However, if you are going for a whole day, just make sure that you're seeking shade and shelter and you're not just out there in the sun constantly all day. Tip number 2, keeping hydrated. Keeping hydrated is absolutely essential. So make sure that before you go on the hike, you're packing enough water for the trip. And I often take my Catadin B3 water filter, which means I can drink on the trail. It filters the water there and then, so I can have access to water whenever I need it. However, just because I'm taking this doesn't mean that there will be access to water. I need to plan carefully where I'm going to do my hike to make sure that I'm close by to a water source. It's very important to talk to people who maybe have been on the hike before, and they will be able to tell you whether or not there is a water source in that area and it hasn't dried up. It's surprising how quickly 2 litres of water can go when you're out there hiking. So make sure that you're planning in a way of becoming hydrated should you need it. I also take with me my electrolyte tablets. These will replace any salts and minerals that I may have lost whilst I'm out there hiking, and it will just keep the balance for my body and just keep me supported and healthy. Another quick tip in this section is to try and keep your water bottles out of direct sunlight if you can, or even choose to bring an insulated bottle that will keep your water cool. Tip number 3, dress for the heat. What you choose to wear on a really hot summer's day is essential to make your hike safe and to make it enjoyable for you also. I like to wear merino wool base layers, t-shirts that wick away moisture quickly. They help keep me fresh, they keep me cool, and they're just perfect for wearing on a hike on a hot summer's day. It's also quite advantageous to wear very thin long sleeve tops. I do have a range that I choose, one of which is the Rab Borealis top. It's quite thin, it's long sleeved, it's stretchy, it's quite loose fitting also. I chose a size up for that purpose, and it will help keep the UV light directly off my skin. I also like to use a range of buffs. These buffs are excellent for many reasons, one of which I tend to, on my wrist, I will twist it on my wrist like so. And they're so versatile, these buffs, everybody should have one. Make a figure of 8, it goes on my wrist, and then I can use it to wick away sweat should I need to. Also, if you're near a stream and it's really warm, dip it in the water, it will make it nice and cool, and then you can put it over your neck, and then that will keep your neck cool, and that's a great tip for the future. Also, a merino buff will help to stop the UV light reaching your neck, but also you should have suntan lotion on. It acts as a bandana should you need to keep the sun off your head. I do like to wear a sun hat, and the sun hat I choose is this one. This is one I bought off Amazon. They're about £10, well worth the money for a hat like this. They're very lightweight, they're very thin, and they're designed with the mesh in place to help the heat escape from your head, because the head is where we lose a lot of our heat. I avoid wearing thick hats like this. I tend to wear these types of hats for pottering around the garden, that type of thing nowadays. I just find that my head was way too warm wearing hats like these. There are a range of sun hats to choose from. I tend to opt for the baseball style hat, but there are wide brimmed hats. There are also sun hats with neck protection, which will all do a good job in keeping you cooler in that warm weather. Tip number 4, apply sunscreen. that classic song from the early 2000s, I think, wear sunscreen. Absolutely. Sun lotion, sunscreen. This is sun factor 30, which I would say is the minimum I would go to, up to sun factor 50, and reapply it every 2 hours. Obviously, with your sweating in hot weather, that can be lost. So just keep reapplying, especially to the back of the neck where the sun may get you the most. Tip number 5, seek shade and take regular breaks. As hikers, we like to push on, we like to cover the distance, but we need to listen to the warning signs. Finding a shady patch and resting for 10-15 minutes in those peak hours during 11 till 3 o'clock in the afternoon can make all the difference. Be kind to your body and listen to it. And this leads us on to tip number 6. Look out for the warning signs. If you're hiking alone, look out for dizziness, feeling nauseous, any forms of cramps, sunburn, heat stroke, and stop, reevaluate, consider getting help, and don't be afraid to stop and end your hike there. If you're with a buddy, make sure they keep an eye on you and you keep an eye on them. Sunburn can creep up quite nastily. During the day it seems like nothing's happening, but it's the evening when you suddenly realise that you've been out in that sun for too long and you're in trouble. Tip number 7, pack smart for the heat. You don't want to be taking excessive amounts of weight when you're out there on the hike, so make sure you're packing smart and you're packing just what you need for that hike. Right, so I'll end it there. This was just a quick video just to relay some hints and tips to help out during these hot summer days. Hot weather hiking can be rewarding and safe if you listen to your body and you plan smart. I hope the video has been of use. Please feel free to leave any comments, tell me about any tips I may have missed. I'll be happy to hear them, and I'll see you on the next one. Happy hiking.